Okay, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Gavin from Century 21 OneBlue. Today I'm going to be making a traditional British pudding. Now this is called spotted dick. This is a traditional British pudding. It's got currants and raisins, and we actually use beef suet in this. If you don't know what suet is, it's basically a beef fat. You can substitute that for Crisco or butter, whatever you want to use, but the traditional way of doing it is to do it with beef suet. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first step, we're going to load the flour, the baking powder, the sugar, the salt, and the suet all in the food processor. We're going to pulse the mixture until it's like a coarse sand. Okay, so I'm going to put the suet into the mixture here. Now you can use Crisco or you can use butter if you don't want to use suet, or if you can't find suet anywhere, okay? So I'm just going to scrape down the mixture from the edges and give it another pulse, just to make sure all the mixtures are blended together. Okay, and there we have it. Looks like a coarse sand. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this mixture and we're going to move it to a mixing bowl. Okay, and then in the mixing bowl we're going to add our milk, we're going to add our vanilla extract, we're going to add some raisins, we're also going to add some craisins. I add the craisins, that's just a little flavor thing that I like to add. It's not particularly traditional to spotted dick, but hey, if you're putting raisins in there, we're going to put some craisins in there too. I'm also going to zest down some orange and some lemon, and that's all going to go into the mixture too, and we're going to mix it up in the mixing bowl. Okay, so now we've taken our ingredients and we've moved them into our mixing bowl. We're now going to add the vanilla extract, milk, craisins, raisins, orange zest, and lemon zest. Okay, so now all the ingredients are in our mixing bowl. I'm going to mix this up until it gets nice and thick, and then we're going to transfer it to the dish that we're actually going to cook it in. You just get a nice thick consistency. And make sure everything's mixed together. Okay. So I've greased this dish so the pudding won't stick. So you want to put plenty of butter in there just to make sure it doesn't stick to the edges. So obviously once the pudding is steamed, it will come out better. pressing this down, just making sure it's going to all the edges and making sure it's even. Okay, now you've got your mixture into the bowl you're going to cook it in. Here comes the best part. There's no raw eggs in here, so you can go to town on the bowl. Okay, so this is a steamed pudding, so it doesn't go into the oven. We're going to steam it in this big pot on the stove. Now, I've had to MacGyver this slightly because you do not want your pudding to be sitting on the bottom of the pan. The water has to come up halfway, so halfway onto here. The water needs to come up to around there. Now it needs to stay off the bottom of the pan so it doesn't burn. Now to do that, you can add some metal cookie cutters to the bottom of the pan underneath. You can crumple up some foil, put it in there. I've got a couple of little metal dishes that I put in there, and that's just going to keep it off the bottom of the pan so it doesn't burn. Okay, so we're 4 hours later. It's been steaming for 4 hours. What I did was I carefully took it out of the pot, and what I've done is I've taken the pudding, I've put a plate on top of it, and I've flipped it over. And here's the finished product. Okay, so now it's out of the mold, onto the plate. We're gonna slice it. I'm gonna add some whipping cream to this. I've whipped this up. I've added a tiny bit of allspice, a little bit of vanilla extract to it, just for flavor. Now you can add custard, vanilla ice cream, flavored ice cream, whatever you want. I'm gonna slice. Okay, so that's a traditional spotted dick. I hope you enjoyed watching me make it, and I hope you'll try it out yourself at home. None for you.